Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra Bizak. As you can see, I've chosen a very hard topic for myself to prove to you that love is greater than Allah. So, these are my notes. More on unjustified ayats against polytheists. This and love is above God. Where would God be without love? In the intellect, right? You would say. But many minds have denied God. Geniuses, atheists like Bertrand Russell. The greatest intellect was Satan's intellect as he reasoned with God. Quran ayat. Love is not created, it is eternal. This I cannot prove. But anyways, you're, but eternal like your creator God. Loving one another is the greatest worship. Should have been by this. So let's see what this God does. But the Supreme Creator, who has not made love a religion, however, love is here. Those who do good works, believe and do good works, the gracious God creates love in their hearts. I think Surah Maryam ayat, can't remember the name. Oh, sorry, the number of the ayat. So I'm going to make these mistakes. I apologize as I'm not feeling well and quite drained right now. So please overlook. I will be making some mistakes. I may not come up to proving it properly in this live stream that love is greater than Allah, God. But nevertheless, let me just try. Hello, welcome, Hindutva. Not feeling too well, very tired. Just did a lot of work here. So, if you would bear with me here. Thank you. Hope you're doing fine. Great. Welcome. So I'm going to start with, let's start with first, people saying here, Muslims coming here saying, let's debate, or, you don't even have a discussion, you get angry and all this. So I was explaining in my previous live stream why I get angry. I'm doing great. Okay, that's great. Good to know that. So, simple examples of Quran being crooked, no discussion or debates necessary. Yes, let's have debate with Muslims. Sorry, I don't do debates, Hindutva. Again, please understand and respect my wish. Okay, Surya, this is very simple. In Tutva, we don't need debates now because I'm not, a debate always comes up, ego comes up in a debate. I've seen that. And it's not about winning or losing. This is a serious thing. And I could make mistakes and all this, and I'm not even eligible. I haven't practiced debates and all this to become eligible for being a debater. Okay, so I know my limits, and so I would like Muslims to come here and cooperate. And when I see the honesty and the cooperation, then, because remember, I was a Shia Muslim too. I didn't want to leave my religion, right? So, but I mean, when I saw certain things like these, now closely examining the ayat verses, then I have to accept it. Some things I could understand. I have to accept that I don't understand in the Quran. Would you love to give interview on ex-Muslim Sahil channel? Um, interview. Who's I don't like interviews. Actually, it's not my you know cup of tea. I'm terrible at interviews actually. Also that. So thank you. If I don't know. Thank you for the invitation and the offer. Okay, now you see that here. It's very like simple. Surah 18 ayat 1 says, Praise be to Allah who has revealed to his servant the book devoid of all crookedness. Crookedness means footnote 1. Now we also have to see what it really means. That is, there is nothing intricate or complicated in it. And how close it comes to the English translation or your language translation, the Arabic word in this ayat, right? Sorry, in Dutwa, I have to cut it short because, I've got a lot today and I want to do it in one stream because then if I forget, miss some ayats, it's long notes I have and it's quite difficult, the topic I've used here, right, to prove. So please bear with me. And thank you so much for the invitation. Um, so, okay, footnote 1, right, about the Surah Qaf ayat 1. What is this crookedness? That Allah says the book is devoid of. That is, there is nothing intricate or complicated in it that may be beyond anyone's understanding, nor is there anything that deviates from the straight path of the truth, and thus cause hesitation in the mind of a truth-loving person. So this is about not being crooked, the book. Now, look at this ayat, right? Then we have Surah 18, the same Surah, ayat 2, and unerringly straight book, meant to warn of a stern punishment from Allah and to proclaim to those who believe and work righteous deeds, the tiding that theirs shall be a good reward. So it's a straight book. It's not erringly, it's unerringly straight, very straight. Then Ali Imran verse 7 says, It is He who has sent down to you, O Muhammad, the book. In it are verses that are precise. They are the foundation of the book, and others unspecific. As for those in whose hearts is deviation from truth, they will follow that of it which is unspecific, seeking discord and seeking an interpretation suitable to them. So that means there are eyes which are open to uh, interpretations, right? Different interpretations. And no one knows its true interpretation except Allah. Now here we have a problem with the Shia translation and the Sunni translation, non-Shia Muslim translations. The Shia say here, and no one knows its true interpretation except Allah, and there's no comma, and those firm, not but and those firm in knowledge. They say, we believe in it, all of it is from our Lord, and no one will be reminded except those of understanding. But the Muslims say the way it is put here from Quran.com, I took this and the footnote, right? Thank you, Quran.com. Al Imran verse 7, the dot here. So this problem also of translation of this part of the ayat, you see, and no one knows its true its true interpretation except Allah and those firm in knowledge, and they say we believe in it, all of it. This is the Shia, but the Sunni is dot, finish. Here, and no one knows its true interpretation except Allah. So why would he even send it down like this? Right? We don't know. But those firm, okay, so it's a full stop here. Now, this is the Sunni way of interpreting this part of the ayat. This part of the ayat says that those seek whose hearts is there's a deviation or disease in the hearts, they seek to follow, which is unspecific, seeking discord. You can even see Ala Maududi's, Abul Ala Maududi's footnotes on this part in Quran.com under this ayat. But what I've chosen is a short one here from Sahih International, footnote 1. Those which are stated in such a way that they are open to more than one interpretation, or whose meaning is known only to Allah, such as the opening letters of certain surahs. So why even have those opening letters when it's only known to Allah? And this book is clear in detail and this, okay. So mysterious ayat. So when I read Abu Ala Maududi's footnote, mysterious, allegorical, you would say. So why use such ways that it could be open to interpretation, and the deviants, those in whose hearts is a disease, would seek those ayats, those unspecific allegorical ayats, like very difficult ones, which about space and the sun and the moon and the medical things, scientific, medical, or, whatever Abul Ala Maududi's footnote was stating. So mysterious. And they could, these, SARS is a disease, it's a subject, it's open to them to do this. Why? Right? Why? So then, okay, you say there is no crookedness. There's no crookedness, right, in the Quran. But open to interpretation, it's not clear, some of the ayats, and would be sought, Allah already knows, by these deviant. And what kind of harm they would be doing. Seeking an interpretation suitable to them, misleading people by those unsuitable interpretations which are suitable to them, but are not what God wanted you to know, the meaning of them. So this also, when you see when it's just very simple, and this kind of a thing may need a little bit of discussion if you like a debate or discussion on this. But it's as clear. Isn't this as clear can get? So footnote under this ayat 1, Surah Al Imran verse 7, right, is, Islam Treasure says Taqiyya plus Sahih Muslim 2749. Sorry, what does this mean? Islam Shredders? Does this have to do with my topic, this hadith on taqiyya? So these Islam Shredders, thank you for being here and sharing this, but this may not have something to do with the Quran ayats right now for, and the footnote I'm showing, also reading out, but the hadith, yes, it has something to do with this. I'll look at this a little after just explaining. Please bear patiently with me. Can you just tell me how it, if you can explain it here, how it has to do with this, the taqiyya part? Footnote 1, Al Imran, verse 7. Those who are stated, those which are stated in such a way that they are open to more than one interpretation, or whose meaning is known only to Allah, such as opening letters. Oh, yeah, I've already done this. Where is it? Surah 18, Ayat 1. What have I done? Have I gone wrong somewhere here? Unspecific. Let me see. That is, there's nothing intricate. No, no. It's right. I haven't gone wrong here. So this is, sorry. Um, uh, this is the footnote of Surah Al Imran, verse 7. More than one interpretation. Do you see this? And here it says crooked. Devoid of crookedness means that there is nothing intricate or complicated in it. And it not beyond anyone's understanding, nor is there anything that deviates from the straight path of the truth. But the deviants can take it and make it crooked, the ayats. Well, it's not God's fault, it's their fault. But you know the harm they can do. So Allah has kept mysterious allegorical ayats difficult to understand for the common people. And they can also be used to harm and mislead and misguide. Same thing. So then another thing is, I checked the Shia multilingual Quran. There's no commentary on this. And the Sunni Quran, Sahih International Muslim, on Surah Yunus, ayat 94, it says, so if you are in doubt, O Muhammad, Muhammad was in doubt about that which we have revealed to you, then ask those who have been reading the scripture before you. The truth has certainly come to you from your Lord, so never be among the doubters. Right? So this, the Prophet Muhammad was doubting the revelations coming to him. And he was told, ask those who have been reading the scripture before you. So those Ali Kitab, Islam Shia says Quran 69, Surah 69, 44, 46 with Sahih Muslim 4428 for year 629 to 6. Muhammad the Fabricator. Ah, okay, this is something. Uh, so he fabricated all this. There's a hadith on this and the Quran ayats. So I said I will look at this, but can I just try to explain? It's very difficult for me to explain here. You see, isn't it Islam Sharidas, isn't this very obvious if you compare Surah Qaf Ayat 1 with the and 2 with the Ali Imran Ayat 7? Unless you want to go into some reason that, I don't know, try to uh, brainwash yourselves into it. It should be, I think, something like that. But if you use reason, just like normal reason, this Surah Kaf ayat 1 and 2, they go against Ali Imran ayat 7. Very clear. Isn't it clear? that the deviants, then why even have a Quran? But wouldn't these unspecific ayats be difficult to understand? And only Allah knows its interpretation. But these people would be seeking interpretations in whose hearts is a disease, and then you want to kill them. Surah Azab, ayat 60, 61. Because, the diseased ones' hearts, they can create havoc. And if you say things like this, oh God, then the heart's hardened, then there was this, and you can see the Shia article on diseased hearts. Very, very scary. That you don't know, your mind goes into a psyche, am I doing this right? Like, did I get this? So even I, as a Shia, I put myself in the shoes of my former religion, Shia Islam, and I went, like, I'm not doing this to win or lose. And I know I don't know Arabic, but, at least what am I doing? God, forgive me. Has arrogance come in? Or is it because of my sins that my eyes are veiled? My brain is veiled, my mind. I went into that recently. Again, doubting myself. What do I believe in myself and all this? So, yes, there are difficult ayahs. Like, you could go on reading them and not understand until someone else you have to ask, oh, am I doing this right? Am I reading this properly? Did I get this properly, correctly? So Islam Shura does, isn't this like, there shouldn't be any crookedness, so there shouldn't be any unspecific ayats that could be used, complicated also, like, because it says here, no, it doesn't say complicated, but it does say those which are stated in such a way that they are open to more than one interpretation. So people, even those in whose hearts is not a disease, and those who really want to know may get it wrong, because Sunnis have got this wrong, and they love Rasul, they love Islam. They are true believers in the religion, right? All the Muslims. They're not going to leave Islam. They're so into it. They're too faithful, loyal. Yet, in the translation of Al Imran 7, I showed you earlier this part. They have differences. These true believers who claim to be true believers, Shia Sunnis, and a great conflict between them. You see how this one ayat here, which I'm using for the crookedness, can be interpreted by both Muslims, but both Muslims, but different schools. This part. Such difficulties, problems, conflict, complications, and you'll see more. But this is just a very simple one. I've just shown you. Does it require much in depth? So now I come to the other this part. Now, sorry, Islam Shredders. What I've prepared the notes first this, and then if I have time, I'll come back to whatever you've given me too many Quran ayats. Like, what is this? And Sahih Muslim. So, people, if you need further reference to see from your hadiths, Muslims, sorry, no copyrights infringement intended. You can check this out, Islam Treasures, Quran 69:44, what is 44 to 46, with Sahih Muslim, then go to the Hadith 4428 for your okay, Muhammad the Fabricator. You're 629-232, 632. Islam Shredders, yes, you can see I'm very tired. Can you, Nuria, Nurhaya, very good morning to you. Great to hear again. Thank you so much. Great to hear from you. Um, Thank you for your support and your all that. What you said, it would not have been possible without you people. Your cooperation and your listening here. Islam Shah just says, yeah, 44 to 46, Surah 69. Acha, I'll have to check that, Islam Shredders. Can we do this some other time, please? Huh? Which hopefully you can come here another time. Now this my notes that I've made here are sorry, I need to do that, right? I show you. It's look, it's very long. So I apologize. Nur Haya, thank you so much for cooperating. And thank you, Islam Shredders. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I apologize greatly. Yeah. I'm really tired, and you see, this is very complicated for me to explain. Okay? The notes are quite long, and I haven't even started with this. So, more on unjustified ayats against polytheists. We go back to Surah Tawbah 24. Say, O Muhammad, if your fathers, your sons, your brothers, your wives, your relatives, wealth which you have obtained, commerce wherein you fear decline, and dwellings with which you are pleased, are more beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger and jihad, i.e., striving in His cause, then wait until Allah executes His command. And Allah does not guide the defiantly disobedient people. Fasiqeen, or defiantly disobedient, He's called them. So if you do this, you'll be defiantly disobedient. That is, if you don't do this, to love Allah and His Messenger and jihad. But what he could have put here, because against the polytheists, going to this ayat in Surah Baqarah, ayat 165, yet there are some who take others as equals to Allah and love them as Allah alone should be loved. But uh, but those who truly believe, they love Allah more than all else. More than all else. Remember this. So what in that ayat, if only the wrongdoers were to perceive now, as they will perceive when they will, wrongdoers, they're called zalim, perceive now as they will perceive when they will see the chastisement, just because what they do here is love someone else more than, and take equals to Allah and love them as they should love Allah alone. So we're to perceive now as they will perceive when they will see the chastisement, the punishment, and that all power belongs to Allah. Oh, I even struck at this. So I'll come to this later. Altogether, alone, altogether put here because Jamian means altogether, coming to, gathering. To all, it's all together. All power belongs to Allah alone, and that Allah is severe in chastisement. That Allah is severe in chastisement. Right. So this part for now, that they love uh, Allah alone should be loved. Right. And they love these equals with Allah as Allah alone should be loved. Okay, now come back to this ayat, Surah Tawbah, ayat 24. It doesn't say here, doesn't distinguish how much you should love Allah. You should love Allah first, Allah, even in this, then His Messenger, then jihad. But it's all on equal footing. Do you get it? Do you see it? This means, wait a minute, I love Allah more than Rasulullah and jihad. No, it's all on equal footing. See this in red I've put. Okay, so Islam Shredder says some more homework. Quran, Surah Hajj 22, Ayat 73. Surah Nisa, ayat 171, Surah 19, ayat 19, and Ali Imran, ayat 49. Okay, thank you so much. Great. I will check this out later on after this. Thank you so much, Islam Shredders. And Islam Shredders says, Quran, Surah Nisa 80, obey the praised one, then you have obeyed Allah. Obey Prophet Muhammad. Yeah, it's obey. Yeah, it's equal to obeying Allah. I know. Yes, Surah Nisa 80. It's equal. That's true. So now, but here, Islam Shredders, this is very difficult for me to, uh, explain and show and all this. So please bear with me here, right? So what happens is here we're not told to love Allah more than His Messenger and jihad. Then it should have been more beloved to you than Allah, and then His Messenger. But first Allah in love. You see how it's put? Like there's no distinction in how much you should love Allah, His Messenger, more than Allah. Or it's all equal. More beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger. Here it means they're all on equal footing for you to love. More than your fathers, your sons, your brothers, your wives, your relatives, wealth which you have obtained, commerce wherein you fear decline, and dwellings with which you are pleased. Then wait until Allah executes His command, and Allah does not guide the defiantly disobedient people. But these are, like the love for them is on equal footing. Although Allah is mentioned first, then the Messenger, then jihad. But it doesn't say then like that, the way I'm saying. First, Allah is mentioned. Beloved to you, then Allah and His Messenger on equal footings. Like Islam Shredder gave this Surah Nisa 80. Obey the Messenger. It's like obeying Allah. Yes, Islam Shredders. I'm going to show them how Allah has brainwashed them in this way. Please bear with me. Right? Now, Surah Al Imran verse 31 says, say, if you love Allah, then follow me. Again, he uses Allah. Now, who loves Allah? You're told polytheists who make equals to Allah. But he's using that love for the people. Say to the people. Say to the people, like, if you love Allah, then follow me. These are not believers. So, of course, there must be those disbelievers who love Allah. Say, if you love Allah, then follow me. Allah will love you and forgive you your faults. Love is important. And Allah is forgiving, merciful. But here, like the people is telling, right? And here in Surah Baqarah 65, yet there are some who take others as equals to Allah and love them as Allah alone should be loved. Okay, then Islam Shredders gives Surah 9, ayat 24. It's different from Quran, Surah Nisa 80. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Thank you so much, Islam Shredders. Thank you. Okay, when this is processed and all this live stream, it might take a few days, but I will come back to see this. So, what if you love Allah? Like, love is important, and this is how He's attracting them. Say, if you love Allah, then follow me. Where would Allah be without this love? No need to read, just continue with your show. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. So say, if you love Allah, then follow me. Allah will love you and forgive you your faults and Allah is forgiving, merciful, and even forgive you your faults. Follow me. Follow me. Here it's follow me. Follow the messenger. If you love Allah, He will even forgive you your sins. Right? Then this is, follow me. But here against the polytheist, it's not fair. Surah Baqarah ayat 165. And I'll show you more ayats to prove this, that it's not fair. Then this one, Al Imran verse 32. Say, obey Allah and the Messenger. But if they turn back, now you have to also obey Allah and the Messenger, along with Allah. And the ayat that Islam Shredders gave, Surah Nisa 80. Obey the Messenger, it's equivalent to obeying Allah. He's written the praised one, right? Say, obey Allah and the Messenger, and but if they turn back, then surely Allah does not love the unbelievers. So using love again, Allah does not love the unbelievers. So let's say He was bringing them to this, in telling them, if you love Allah and now obey, but Allah will not love you. So that's very important, right? Love of Allah. Okay, so now that all power belongs to Allah. Now, against the polytheists, pay attention. I found al-quwwata lillahi jami'an. Al-quwwata illahi jami'an. That all power belongs to Allah altogether, and that Allah is severe in chastisement. He's telling them, you know what's happened? Which ayat I come back to? Surah Takwir. Guess. 20th ayat. This means that all power belongs to Allah. So why are you making equals with Allah, whom you love more than so much you love them, as Allah alone should be loved? And what is the point here Allah has made? Now, you will be chastised for this. You are zalim. Because what's the conclusion, reason? That all power belongs to Allah. He's given that reason altogether, and that Allah is severe in chastisement. These equals don't have any power. These equals to Allah don't have any power, because all power belongs to Allah. You are zalim. You're going to be chastised. When you see the chastisement, it will be, and Allah is severe in chastisement. You will see the chastisement. Perceive now. You don't perceive it now? What is this? If only the wrongdoers were to perceive now. You don't perceive it now. These are zalimeen, because they make equals to Allah, and that all power. Now Allah closes it off with that all power belongs to Allah. Surah Takwir, we see that God has given power to Rasul Kareem, the noble messenger, in 20th ayat of Surah 81, who is possessed of power, and with, ainda, I showed you the word, how many times in the Quran it's used with in the ayats, so many ayats, and with the owner of the throne secure. The owner of the throne is Allah. Okay? The owner of the throne is Allah, who is possessed of power. It's the quwwatin, still possessor of power, and with the owner of the throne secure. Yet you're told not to love this. Are you told to love this Rasul? The Rasul Kareem, who is perhaps the Muslims unanimously agree, is Gabriel, right? You don't love him. You love Allah and the messenger, right? And jihad. But this possessor of power, and that Allah to them here, I caught him. I was looking for that. Al-Quwwati, all power belongs to Allah. Now they could say, well, you've said that sovereignty belongs to you, but you give it to whom you will, without measure. So our Allah gives it to these equals that we've made with Allah, whom we love. And what will they do? They could say what Prophet Muhammad said in Surah Al Imran, verse 31. Follow me. Allah will love you. Here it's not love me more than Allah, I know. But you see, you have to do this kind of research like that. What? Not follow Allah, follow me. Huh? Allah will love you. Do you get it? The unreasonable. It's so unreasonable. Like this also gives away that all power belongs to Allah. But Allah, you've said in another ayat, Mulki, you are the sovereign, and you give your kingdom, your Mulki to whoever you will without measure. You take it away from him, whoever you will. You take it away from whoever you will. So if this equals with Allah, who is also equal with Allah, this is like maths, logic. In Surah Takwir, 20, who is possessor of power, the Quwwatin, with the owner of the throne, secure. Now I showed you in another ayat about this, right? That you can be secure against politics. You're saying, how can, these gods, they will start to go and mess up the throne and try to fight with each other on about getting to the throne. No, getting to the owner of the throne, the Lord of the throne. You remember that live stream? But here, it's on this now. Al-Quwwati. Lillahi Jamian. English speakers, all international, that all power belongs to Allah altogether. Against whom? He's saying, not only the chastisement is due on them, and they don't see it. Wrongdoers, they're zalim. Why? Because they've taken equals with Allah. Remember, not besides Allah. Look, notice, it's very important you pay attention to these words. Surah Baqarah 165, right? Here. Showing you. So what is this? You see this? Why isn't this working? You see this? Yet there are some who take others as equals to Allah. Okay, to Allah. Or is it with Allah? Right? It means with Allah, right? Equals with Allah. Equals to Allah, meaning with Allah. And not besides Allah. Not other than Allah. Equals to Allah, with Allah meaning. And love them as Allah alone should be loved. Now they could see. And so, equals with Allah, very important. And so that all power. You see, they don't see it. They don't perceive the chastisement they are wrongdoers because they've done this. Equals with Allah, they love them as they should love Allah. But don't they know that all power belongs to Allah? all together. So now I've explained it, right? All power belongs to Allah, but you've got Allah, you've got someone in Surah Takwir, you call him noble messenger, and then they say, i.e., it's Jibrail, i.e., like explaining in tafsirs, who is possessor of power with the owner of the throne secure. Possessor of power, the Quwwatin, same, it's the same thing. Like here, Surah Dhariyat ayat 58, surely Allah is the bestower of all provision, the Lord of all power. Dhu al-Quwwati, his attribute. So why against, when you say it against these who have taken equals to Allah and love them as they should love Allah, that all power belongs to Allah alone, and that Allah is severe in chastisement. You know what he means by saying this all power belongs to Allah here? No. There is no one equal to Allah, that you should even take someone equal to Allah and love them as you should love Allah. That is the contention with this Allah. No partners with Allah. There's no similitude. So, how can you? That all power belongs to Allah. They can neither harm you or benefit you, and you know about idols and all this, the worship. That all power belongs to Allah. So Allah is using the word al-quwwati lillahi jamian. But this al-quwwati that he's telling them that all power belongs to Allah, me, altogether, then why is he given another person here? Rasul Kareem or an angel or whoever. I'm just saying Rasul Kareem. What the ayat says, 19. Who is possessor of power, fi quwwatin, with the owner of the throne, secure. Okay? Understand? Not fair to the polytheists here in Surah Baqarah 165. Right? Then Surah Baqarah 27 says, who break the covenant of Allah after its firm binding and cut asunder what Allah has commanded to be joined, and spread mischief on earth. They are the utter losers. Cut asunder what Allah has commanded to be joined. Can you truly understand without the footnote who are you cutting asunder what Allah commands to be joined? What Allah commanded to be joined here? Possessor of power with the owner of the throne. This is partnership. This is Sharik Allah. This is Sharik Allah. And same attribute. How do you know what this means? But let's read the footnote, what it means. What the Muslims say and what they're told. That is, the transgressors strike their blows at those very relationships upon which the individual and collective well-being of mankind depends, and which God once maintained on a sound basis. This small sentence is of great import as it embraces the whole of human morality and social life, and extends from relationships between individuals to those between nations. To cut asunder what Allah has commanded should be joined. To cut asunder what Allah has commanded to be joined does not merely signify the disruption of relationships between man and man. It forbids the establishment of all forms of human relationship except the right and permissible ones. Okay. for wrong and prohibited bonds, well, even in other religions, say, between people uh, have for wrong and prohibited bonds between people have the same consequences as the disruption of the bonds of human relationship as such. Okay, so you get this? So within the proper morality and social, you know, socially what is right, uh, and religiously what is right actually, you should not cut asunder those relationships. It's terribly wrong. Allah has cut asunder. They are utter losers. I think that God should not have even brought about any religions to divide man and then say, now it's, you can't love your father, mother. Okay, more than Allah, and this understandable, but it shouldn't go against the polytheists, like unfairly, lopsided. Then, so there should be, like in Surah Baqarah 213, and mankind was one community, dot, dot, dot. I've already done this long time ago on a video uploaded before I came live stream. Used to come, before I would, before I came live stream, so I used to upload videos. Then Surah, this is dot, 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 okay? Surah 10, Yunus, ayat 19. Mankind were but one community, then they differed. So some put here in translation, one religion. How could they be one religion? They were like one ummat, one community, not deen, not deenakum, or, but one community. They were like, perhaps in humanity. Then they differed. And had it not been for a word that had already gone forth from my Lord, it had been judged between them. Thy Lord, it had been judged between them in respect of that wherein they differ. And then the messengers came, the prophets, Surah Baqarah 213, you can see the whole. Then we sent prophets and all this. So they start to differ. And then the rest is history. What thing disastrous here? Divided disbelievers, believers. I wish mankind was one community in humanity, in love, loving others. And love was your religion. Love could save the day. Even scientists who don't have proof of Allah, God, right? They must know what love is. And then we can talk about the lust part, the desires you have, that you say, I love ice cream, I love this, I love that. But that's not really love. But when you truly love someone or something, your work, you give your best to others when you are working on a scientific project or on some other project that you have to, as a, you, as a, like in an industry, you're making something for someone. You're making these TVs and these, now we have this phones, iPhones, iPads. You're doing it so lovingly. You work and you give us the best products. Honest. Love is like that. You're doing a great service to humanity in your love for your work. So the more love you have, the more devoted you are, the more diligent you are, the more like into it, very you are. So working with your heart, you can't deny this, like you don't even need evidence for love. So it's love is universal. 18, Surah Yunus 18. So, and they worship other than Allah that which neither harms them nor benefits them. And they say, these are our intercessors with Allah. Say, do you inform Allah of something He does not know in the heavens or on the earth? Huh? What kind of a question is that? put forth to them. So Allah is saying, no, are you trying to inform me to that I have intercessors? Oh, you see how Allah has put it here. See, do you inform Allah of those? Something He does not know in the heavens or on the earth? Exalted is He, and high above what they associate with Him. How about the messengers coming saying, we're informing you, we're giving you the message? They'll say, a man, why should a man guide us? And the ayat is there. If you're saying Allah has no intercessors and will you inform me? Well, Allah has a. No, Allah doesn't have an intercessor. But intercessors are allowed. These are not even associates. These are intercessors with Allah. Oh my goodness. And the Shias know this very well. These are not even associates with Allah. They say these are our intercessors with Allah. Intercession is allowed, Shias, you know that very well. More well than Shia Sunnis. In this life, say, do you inform Allah of something He does not know in the heavens or on the earth? Exalted is He high above what they associate with Him. Now these intercessors, and they worship other than Allah. Okay, and they worship other than Allah? Okay, here how it's put it against the polytheists. They worship something other than Allah. That which neither harms them nor benefits them. What are these animals sacred you have to hold sacred? You think you're not worshipping? Honoring them, reverence, it's a part of worship. Surah Fat, Ayat 9. You worship Prophet Muhammad, then you don't even know. That's a part of worship. Exalt him morning and evening, honor him. Reverence is a part of worship. In fact, some dictionaries give me reverence as worshipping someone. Blackstone Sunan Ibn Majah 2944 is to intercede on Judgment Day for it is the right of Allah. Sunan An-Nasai 5379. Thank you so much, Islam Shredders. He's giving extra on this. Look at this, right? Thank you, Islam Shredders. So this is for the Ahl Sunnah. Maybe not the Quran only, right? Why is it? Okay, I know I have to do something so that it will come. Blackstone, Sunan Ibn Majah, 2944, is to intercede on Judgment Day, for it is the right of Allah. Sunan An-Nasai, 5379. Hadiths. Islam Shredder says right hand of Allah. Right hand of Allah. Okay, Islam Shredders is giving this. I haven't checked, but I trust you. Okay, Islam Shredders, you can check these hadiths yourselves also. Right? Thank you so much for this contribution here. Thank you much, Islam Shredders. Then now we go back. Now you see, what else is here? So to say that, are you informing Allah of what, like He doesn't know? He has intercessors, you've made them, who can't harm you nor benefit you. I mean, a stone, black stone, doesn't harm you, doesn't benefit you, but you have it in your Ahl Sunnah, especially they go for these hadiths. This is the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. You can check later. Islam Shredders, thanks a lot. Thank you, I will. So this is great, Islam Shredders. Thank you for reminding me of the black stone. But it's unfortunately it's not in the Quran ayat. It's only in the hadith. Right? The black stone. But the Ahl Sunnah, the Sunnis, have to believe in it and have to take it and do what they're told to do in these hadiths. Sunan ibn Majah 2944 is to intercede on the day the black stone. And An-Nasai 5379 is the right hand of Allah. Okay. Sunan An-Nasai. You know this black stone is the right hand of Allah. 5379. Islam Shredder says white stone onto a black stone and the secret sign that hangs over Jannah. Mishqat al-Masabin 119. You can have a look at this also. For the Ahl Sunnah who use these hadiths at their, it's a, where am I going? Okay. So Islam Shredder says white stone onto a black stone and the secret sign that hangs over Jannah. Mishqat al-Masabin 119. Into. Okay. Yeah. White stone into a black stone. Turns into a black stone. And the secret sign that hangs over Jannah. Mishqat al-Masabin 119. Mishqat. Okay. Thank you so much for the help. This is really great. So now we have for all Quran only, and this my thing is like this. Okay. So now see this how even the Shias, right? Now exalted is he high above what they associate with him. Right? Okay, sorry, excuse me. Someone trying to call me. So Surah 16, ayah 35. Now we go there. And those who associate others with Allah say, if Allah had willed, we would not have worshipped anything other than Him. Right? Other than Him. Neither we, so these are saying, neither we nor our fathers, nor would we have forbidden anything through other than Him. I thought of bringing this verse again here. Thus did those do before them, so is there upon the messengers except the duty of clear notification. No. You're going to kill them later on in Surah Tawbah, we see. That's not the only duty of the messenger to give clear notifications, but then through tell them that Allah wants to obliterate their faces, Ahl Kitab people, and this, and kill them. And those who associate others with Allah. Again, please look at this. Say, if Allah had willed, we would not have worshipped anything other than Him. So they're saying, and even our fathers, and what they forbidden, it's coming from Allah. Okay, Surah Anam ayat 148. Quickly going through this now. Those who associated with Allah would say, if Allah had willed, we would not have associated anything, and neither would our fathers, nor would we have prohibited anything. Likewise did those before deny until they tasted our punishment. Say, do you have any knowledge that you can produce for us? You follow not except assumption, guesswork, and you are not but falsifying. You are lying. Islam Shredder says, Quran, Surah Tawbah at 5. Thank you. Yeah, this is the one. Slay the pagans wherever you find them. But Islam Shredders, when we say this to the Muslims, they say that no. It's because they broke the pact. It's because God knows what. It's not killing them. But even those who did not break the pact to kill them, Is that the ayat in Surah Tawbah, ayat 5? Give them a time period and then kill them. Yeah, slay the pagans wherever you find them. Even those who have kept the pact with you and didn't do anything against you. Give them a time period, let them go. I don't know what the slay the pagans wherever you find them. Because they'll say because they tried to kill Prophet Muhammad earlier on in Makkah when they exiled him. Now when they have the upper hand, they can do this and conquest of Makkah and kill the pagans wherever you find them. So it's right. For them, it's right, the Muslims, right? Tit for tat. They didn't kill Prophet Muhammad, but they attempted. So he had to do hijrat. He had to go to Medina, run to Yathrib. And now, so kill them. Slay the pagans wherever you find them. And this, the Muslims think this is justifiable because Allah has said it. He uses Allah. Quran, Surah Maida at 14, 8 verse. Surah 5 ayat 51, fake friends. Surah 9 ayat 29, Jizya verse. Stop reading it and move on with your show. Okay. Reading what? Sorry. Islam Shredders. Stop reading it. Sorry, this is a bit rude, Islam Shredders. Stop reading it? Are you telling me? Yeah, I think so sound a bit like Ex-Shia Ex-Muslim. So yeah. Stop reading it. Stop reading it and move on with your show. Oh my goodness. You think this is a show? Islam Shredders. Huh? Ex-Shia Ex-Muslim? Do you think this is a show? No, but do you think this is a show? To stop reading the Quran 9-5 part time is okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're a bit rude there. Okay. No, I don't like rude men. Rude people. Are you not reading things to us? Yes, I am. And this is my live stream, right? And I'm showing and sharing. But you are saying stop reading it. Reading what? Your Quran ayats, you are giving all this information. Shall I just let it go, ignore it? I'm not that kind of a person. Now here we have Allah. Sorry, all the ayats and these things you're giving me is for against the Sunni. It will not have an effect on the Quran only, not even the Sunnis much. Because if you don't explain it properly, they'll just say these people are just, giving it like that. Because in Surah Maida, it says that the Ahl Kitab are making fun of the Mu'min believers. What do you say about that? The ayat you gave here, hate and all, fake friends, reading it, move on, your show. What are you saying? Because Surah Maida, I read ayats where it says, what about that? Where the Christians, the Jews were making fun, laughing, mocking the believers. Why don't you give those ayats? You not need to read my stuff many times, but I one time reading my stuff is okay? I have to read it out loud. One time I'm reading it because you're giving so much here. Okay, please, can you stop distracting me now? I had enough. Okay? So the thing is that now on this, say, O Muhammad, bring forward your witnesses. After Surah Anam Ayat 148, right? Do you have any knowledge that you can produce for us? God is telling the polytheists. You follow not except assumption, and you are not but falsifying. Right? You're welcome. Continue. I am continuing. Islam shredders. And you are not but falsifying. So they are guesswork. They have all the others. They have all that. But their information, what their alias say, it's not like it's all false. They're just guessing. God doesn't have any associates, and there's no intercession the way you say it. But there will be intercession according to Prophet Muhammad, then is Allah. This. You are falsifying. You don't have any knowledge. Then produce your knowledge. And when they're producing knowledge, Allah says in the same surah, Surah Anam ayat 150, say, O Muhammad, bring forward your witnesses who will testify that Allah has prohibited this. And if they testify, do not testify with them. Because you've already just said they're falsifying in 148, Surah Anam. Do not follow the desires of those who deny our verses, our ayats, our signs, and those who do not believe in the hereafter, while they equate others with their Lord. Equating others with their Lord. Surah Takwir, ayat 20, I take you back to. Zi Kuwati, with the Lord of the throne, secure. While they equate others with their Lord. Okay, so you didn't. And even the angels are your awliyas, believers. Surah Fusilat ayat. They will make all your desires come true. The only thing you have to say is that, Lord, the only thing you have to say is, Lord, my Lord is Allah. And the angels will come down on you. Angels are your protectors, awliyas. See. Where is it? If I've saved it here. In Surah Fusilat, where is it? Indeed, those who have said, our Lord is Allah, and your Lord is Masih ibn Maryam, in Surah Tawbah at 31, or 30, yeah. See, along with Allah. Not only Allah, but here in Surah Fusilat, ayat 30, it says, indeed, those who have said, our Lord is Allah, and then remained on a right course, the angels will descend upon them, saying, do not fear and do not grieve, but receive good tidings of paradise, which you were promised. Right? And 31, we angels were your allies in the worldly life, and are so in the hereafter. And you will have therein whatever your souls desire, and you will have therein whatever you request for. But you don't worship the angels, of course not. You can't worship prophets and angels. These poor angels are your protectors, awliya, in this life, and God uses these angels to be your protectors, other than himself. And Surah Maidat, Allah and the Messenger and the one righteous believers or believers are your allies. Surah Maidat 55. And now here you see angels are your awliya ukum. Awliya. But no, those who in Surah Zumar ayat 3, the polytheists have taken awliyas. They say, do they say, yes, we worship them. You see, they don't divide the worship. Right? What would I mean by that? That they don't divide they don't, they worship, it's all one. They are so grateful to Allah, of course, because they say in Surah Zumar, ayat 3 says, we want to get near, they give us nearness to Allah. To get nearness to Allah, we worship them. And yet these mediators are coming here, Allah, awliyas, your protectors. And how grateful are you? Huh? To Allah for them. We are your protectors in this life of the world and in the hereafter. And for you therein, whatever you desire, like whatever desire your souls, and for you, what therein you ask, whatever you ask for, you will get. Whatever you desire, you will get. From your souls will desire, you will get. Souls here are prone to evil. But there, where in the world, in the world, hayati dunya wa akhirati, wa fi akhirati, dunya wa fi akhirati, the world and the hereafter. Whatever. And wait a minute. So let's, different translations. We are your companions in this world and in the hereafter. But there, maybe in the hereafter, you shall have all that you desire and all what you will ask for. Whatever your souls will ask for. There you will get everything. Like even if you want to become gay there, I don't know. Here you couldn't become gay, but there you can become gay and get whatever your heart's desire. No. And you've like you're a believer and you know God, but you're biologically gay. Okay? So now 32. No, 32 is not important. Sorry, I forgot this. And let's go further. Later, I was like, okay, this is enough, right? This is it. Allah is our angels are our friends, protectors, and so now. Repel good, very good. Like, and your enemy will become your bosom friend, and this and that. And then what? And if there comes to you from Satan an evil suggestion, for God's sakes, leave us alone. I mean, I was so happy looking at the previous ayats in London, opening my Quran, reading this. And if there comes to you from Satan an evil suggestion, oh God, don't tell me it's coming. It has to come. Then seek refuge in Allah. Indeed, He is the hearing, the knowing. It's never enough. You have angels coming. You said our Lord is Allah. Shaitan now should not come near you, right? Oneness of Allah. Like there's only one Allah. La ilaha illallah. And your Lord is Allah. Why should now Shaitan come? And if Shaitan comes, then seek nearness to. Seek a refuge in Allah. This is ridiculous. And these angels are your awliyas. Remember this. So then what do we have here? Right? Say, O Muhammad, bring forward your witnesses. Yes, I did this, Surah Anam. So this, ayat 150. Anything I've missed? While they equate others with the Lord. Do not follow the desires of those who deny our verses and those who do not believe in the hereafter, while they equate others with the Lord. So don't testify with them. There are no associates with Allah, but there is one in Surah Takwir, ayat 20. Very direct verse, very clear. Surah 10, Yunus, ayat 35. Surah 10, ayat 35. Say, is there any of your associates who guides to the truth? Hello? Is there any of your associates who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. Is he then who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed? Or he who himself does not go aright unless he is guided? Then what? What then is the matter with you? How do you judge? The Akamedipuya commentary under this verse. You see, it was coming. He has to mention the messenger. You can't go without mentioning the messenger as a guide. So that's okay here for you Muslims. And Shias also. The questions asked in this verse contain the following answers. Only those guided by the divine guidance bestowed on them. Now they jump to that and are not therefore in need of any guidance whatsoever from any agency other than Allah, are the true guides who should be followed. They should be followed. They are the true guides. They're the chosen ones of Allah. As stated in Aka Mehdi Puya's notes in the commentary of Al-Baqarah 78, Surah Baqarah ayat 78, the Holy Prophet is the perfect example of such a guide. But look, it's not addressing that. The problem here is in this ayah that it's telling the ones who associate the mushriks, right? Say, is there any of your associates who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. So here you would think, yeah, these associates with gods and all this, God knows, cannot guide to the truth. They are falsified liars. And so say, Allah guides to the truth. Is he then who guides to the truth? And they have been telling him that if it wasn't Allah willed, how should they say it? How should they say it? Should they say that Allah is a witness? Because there's another ayat that says, well, I would stay away from them. If Allah had not willed, they would not have associated anyone with Allah. Stay away from them, O Messenger. They are associates, mushriks. Now Allah guides to the truth. So what if they say that these associates, they guide to the truth by the permission of Allah? Right? Allah has guided them and they're guiding us like you said here, the Shia commentary, and also in Surah Anam, ayat 90. Surah 6, ayat 90. Those are the ones whom Allah has guided. So from their guidance, take an example. Look at the different translations. Pictal. This was Sahih International. Pictal. Those are they whom Allah guided. So follow their guidance. Say, O Muhammad, unto mankind, I ask of you no fee for it. Lo, it is not but a reminder to its creatures. Okay. So, this part, no, it's not important right now. Those are they whom Allah guided, so follow their guidance. Abraham, those who were the prophets, Yusuf Ali translation, those were the prophets, meaning those were the ones, it's put here. Could they be the ones that the mushriks associate with Allah? Couldn't they be them? Just put it here. Those were the associates with Allah who received Allah's guidance. Guidance from Allah. So now, copy the guidance they received. Say, no reward for this do I ask of you. The Shia say this part, Prophet Muhammad, it was like, this is no less than a message for the nations. So the Ahlul Bayt, love for Ahlul Bayt, that it has no contradiction between this saying, no reward do I ask of you, and this ayat, this part of the ayat, and Surah 42, ayat 23. Love of my kinship. That's the reward of Risalat. Message. Love of my kinship. That's the payment. Because here it says this is no less than a message for the nations. So it so no payment do I, no reward do I ask of you. Somehow the Shias work it out and say that there's nothing wrong here saying this, Allah saying this, and in Surah 42, the reward for Risalat is love of my kinship. Ayat 23. Look at the various ayats of Surah Anam, ayat 90, right? Yeah. Surah Anfal is 8. Surah Anam, ayat 90. Shakir's translation. These are they whom Allah guided, therefore follow their guidance. Allah guided, right? Therefore follow their guidance. Shakir has used guidance, not copy, not follow their, take an example from them. No. So follow the guidance. You can even check the Arabic ayat words. How which translation is better fitting for the Arabic ayat? Check for yourselves. So follow their guidance. And on the other hand, against the mushrik, against the polytheists, what have you done? Surah 10, ayat 35. Say, is there any of your associates who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. Is he then who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed? Or he who himself does not go aright unless he is guided? Wait a minute. Allah guides to the truth. Is he then who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed? So only Allah should be more worthy to be followed here. No one else. Not a prophet, not a messenger. This is how it should be. Consistent. Be consistent. No contradiction then, I would say. But now, not only the Shia commentary, but an ayat I found, which I did previously in one of my earlier live streams. Surah Anam, ayat 90 says, those are the ones whom Allah has guided. So from their guidance, take guidance. So follow their guidance. Now let me show you the word by word. Surah 6, ayat 90. From the Quran.com. Thank you, Quran.com has helped me a lot. Website. Surah Anam, ayat 90. Look at the word by word now, not the different translation. Those who, ones whom, those are ones whom have been guided by Allah. So of their guidance, you follow. So of their guidance, you follow. Right? Say not, I ask. Now it goes to no reward thing. But right now, here, you see this, their guidance. Now You follow meaning their guidance, whom Allah has guided. So, this then contradicts, like it's not consistent. You're telling, what are you saying? Only Allah guides. In Surah 10, Ayat 35. Say, is there any of your associates who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth, meaning only Allah can guide to the truth, no one else. Say, Allah guides to the truth. Is He then who guides to the truth? He, Allah meaning, then who guides to the truth, more worthy to be followed? So only Allah can be followed in the guidance that He provides, only Allah provides. Or He who Himself does. Now He, H is uncapitalized, it's like normal. You see, so this, or He, this associates you have taken someone who himself does not go right unless he is guided. What then is the matter with you? How do you judge? You get it? This is like completely contradictory to Surah Anam, Ayat 90. Those whom Allah has guided, so they are men like you. They are prophets, or you've put prophet. Those are the ones whom Allah has guided. Couldn't their answer be here, like the answer was in earlier ayats? If Allah had not willed, we would not have worshipped anything other than Him. Those who associate polytheists say, neither we nor our fathers, nor would we have forbidden anything through other than Him. Thus did those do before them. Allah says, so is there upon the messenger except the duty of clear notification? No, you've been killing them. Later on, you'll kill them. Allah punished them by your hands. The polytheists, and you've cleared them out of Makkah. Again, Surah 6, Ayat 148. Those associated with Allah would say, if Allah had willed, how could they then say that Allah is a witness? Angels? They say these associates, you see, they must have barred them. Angels could have been there. They're angels. They're like angels. They're like, who come guiding us in the form of a man. Like I would say, oh, she's such an angelic person. But no, you have prophets or messengers. And you are told here in these Quran ayats, only they can guide you. They can protect you. And they are with Allah also. One is Surah Takwir. So all this really doesn't make sense. It's against the polytheists. And that's why it doesn't make sense. It's unfair. It's unjustifiable. And how could they say then if they don't? But Allah is willing. You see, then there's a ayat which crosses them out. Like, if Allah had not willed, don't worry, Prophet. If Allah had not willed, they would not have worshipped these polytheists. Then how are they to? So stay away from them. This ayat I didn't put here, that ayat, the two ayats together. Like, and they, if Allah had not willed, they would not have associated anyone with them. Stay away, this, that, God knows what. Like that, right? So if Allah had not willed, so if they're saying Allah, how could they bring their evidence more than this by saying that Allah willed it, and Allah, like, how Allah is a witness? Excuse me. So there's a negative verse like Allah will, they would not have. So leave them alone. Keep away from them, O Messenger. But here I caught him. There's a contradiction. Surah against them, it's not right saying that can your Say, is there any one of your associates who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. Well, they could have some prophets coming, or, but they don't call them prophets. Messengers. Can you say this? So it's against the polytheists, because you see in Surah, you see that this messenger, of course, without the ayats, you can see that the messenger's guide, the best guide, guiding you, Surah Baqarah at 78. See the commentary of Hakam Dipuya's note, stated that true guidance from this messenger, right? Only those guided by the divine guidance bestowed on them. How do you know that these are the ones? Just because the Quran has come like this? And it's crooked, it's got contradictions, it's got unjustified ayahs against the polytheists. You can't say to the polytheists this, that say Allah guides to the truth, when they've already said that we worship. How can? So they could use this by saying, those are the ones whom Allah has guided. Surah Anam ayat 90. Hello, Prophet Muhammad, your Allah is saying what to us? That those associates, are there any one of them guiding you, who has guided you to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. So what you use for your prophets and messengers, you can use here. But you can't, because here it says, is He then who guides to the truth, meaning Allah who guides to the truth. He is Allah, i.e. Allah, who guides to the truth, more worthy to be followed, or He? You see, now the He here is not in capital letters. Maybe the Shias take it otherwise. Now the He, then say Allah guides to the truth. No, it can't be. Can it be that the Shias take this He to mean Prophet Muhammad and not Allah? Because it says, say Allah guides to the truth, and is He then who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed? So this He is Allah here. Who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed, or He? See, this is not in capital letters. Maybe this is coming from the Sunni Muslim translations, non-Shia. Surah 10, ayat 35. Thank you for being here. I just now closing, going to Surah 10, ayat 35. No. What was it? This is how bad I am here. Surah 10, ayat 35. Say, is there any one of you? What have I done wrong here? 10:35. Have I done in my search 10:35? Thank God I checked this. Oh yeah, maybe it is. He has revealed to you, Prophet, the book. No, it's not this one. Say, are there of your partners any who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. So is He who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed, or He who guides not unless He is guided? Okay, then what is wrong with you? How do you judge? Okay, there's a little bit of a translation problem I had over there in that translation, not understanding it properly. So say, is there of your partners who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. Wait a minute. So, cannot their partners be guided by Allah? so they can guide those mushriks, their partners, to Allah, guides to the truth, is then he who guides to the truth. Here it's not capital He. Is then who? He who guides, it's not capital. So yeah, the Shias may take it that this He is Prophet Muhammad. Is then he who guides to the truth more worthy that he should be followed. Here the He is not in capital, you see? So the Shias may take it as Prophet Muhammad. He who guides to the truth. Yeah. Here, no mention of Prophet Muhammad or any prophets. But there the Shias will say in Surah Fat ayat, exalt him morning and evening. No, this, because God is mentioned before the messenger, and even the Shias would say that here morning and afternoon would be i.e. Allah. Because the Arabic way is that you people may believe in Allah and His Messenger and honor Him and respect Him and exalt Him morning and afternoon. So the end sentence in Arabic goes to Allah because the first, it starts with Allah and the ending is with Allah. Right? And here the Shias would say, it starts with the Allah. Say, are there, no. Say, are there of your partners any who guides to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. So is He who guides to the truth? Sahih International has put it in capital H, but Shias would take it as it He means. Mufti Taqi Usmani has put it in capital H. He who guides to the truth more worthy of being obeyed, or he who has no guidance at all unless he is guided. Unless he is guided. Then he should be worthy of being followed, right? So what has happened to you? A little bit of, maybe we can say that, maybe Allah is saying here that he who is guided by Allah can guide, worthy to be followed. How do you judge then? Okay? But then even then it would be unfair to these, their associate gods whom they consider to be guides. But Allah is saying, how can they guide you? Are there any who can guide you to the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. So this is unjustifiable against the polytheists, this verse. Even if you say that this He here is prophets guiding, the ones who are guided, like, and I've been showing you, they've been giving you reasons, your Allah, messenger, that, if Allah didn't will, we would not have worshipped them. We would not have taken them as idols, worshipping them, things like that, associates with Allah. Our fathers wouldn't have. We wouldn't have made unlawful the things that we have prohibited. So even if you take the Shia way or whatever way you take this ayat, still it's unjustifiable against the mushriks, polytheists, those things associated with Allah. Say, is there any of your associates, those things associated with Allah, who gives guidance towards the truth? Say, Allah guides to the truth. Then is He who guides to the truth to be closely followed, or he who finds no guidance for himself or others unless he is guided? But then he should be guided by Allah, right? And only then Allah can guide. By this verse, please take your Shia mind and all this as take it, like clear your mind. Clear your mind right now. Neutrally, please. We are trying to do justice in a side, getting the truth first. Not then we can try to do some justice to these ayats against the polytheists and whatever, and see if they're crooked or straight or what. See it, see it. And then, I need a break actually. So, in conclusion, I will come back again. What love is the greatest. I think all this, you see, it's a mess, to tell you the truth. It's not that clear, even. Even though my Shias may, the only those guided by the divine guidance bestowed on them and are not therefore in need of any guidance. When I first, again, I've read this ayah, but today when I came across it, I was like, this is completely unjustifiable towards the polytheists. Because I didn't have a Shia mind. I wasn't reading this, right? I just, unbiased. So this would mean only Allah should be the guide, not even. Remember that ayat I showed you where they said, how can a man guide us? So by putting forth such reasons to these polytheists, Allah's, they had to, perhaps they were pushed or something to say, how can a man then guide us? Then you're saying, prophets here or something, I don't know. Just guessing that. But there were some who said, how can, disbelievers who said, how can a man guide us? Maybe there were only Allah people, that not the Muslim type nowadays, or at that time too, he's made only Allah, only Quran. You know what I mean? Like then you follow Jiddu Krishnamurti. Don't follow him. He doesn't say, no, he doesn't say follow, but he says like go and, I would refer you to Jiddu Krishnamurti. Like only Allah is the only guide, right? Not even angels, no one, no one. According to this ayat, it kind of comes close to that. So any reason they give, any witness they give, even if they use their God, like bring their God's name, that one supreme God, the chief that Abraham did not kill, the idol chief one. He may be up there or somewhere high above or all prevalent, however they may. Sorry, I may not do justice to them like that, but they do believe in a higher divinity, three in one, perhaps the Trinity, like that, or many gods, many angels. How many angels do you have? And they make it gods, or they've made it gods, or God has allowed them to do this. But they worship that God. And even if you love a material someone, your beloved, and he dies or she dies, God forbid, God forbid. If you love, like it's temporary, you would say all this is temporary. To love someone is, but something Jesus Christ has said, and I would repeat, I'm not a Christian, but to give your life for your friend is true. It's such a great thing to do, to love someone, which this religion lacks, So I like that part of Christianity. But that part, loving one another is the greatest worship. And if God had made love, or, love would be the religion, just love one another. I don't think there would be so many. You know how to live. You'll get it one day right. It's not a big deal. Right? It's just that Allah saying I'm worthy. He's such a jealous, possessive. He does, no associates with me, and then he's got an associate with him. In Surah Takwir, ayat 20, he's jealous. He's like, yet he's got an associate with him. And no intercessor against them. The ayats, the reasons used, They could go blue in the face. So, okay, this is just an introduction to love is above God. So I'm showing the crooked ayats, the unreasonable ayats, everything that I could take my hands on, and he has to, before, you see, the best way to be devoted to Allah is through love and not the mind. Not the mind. Your mind can only go that far. Great scientists who maybe they believed in some divinity, some higher power, something, or maybe they didn't. There have been atheists, great minds, right? Also that. Remember that. Don't forget that. Or forget all and just go for this love. One day, even if it's like lust or something, I don't know. I'm not talking about lust. I'm talking about that love that you want to live your life for, sacrifice, and you happily do it. And it doesn't even feel like a sacrifice because it doesn't hurt. It's pleasurable. It's wonderful to die for someone you loved. Give your life, give your blood to them. You know, things like that. And that's that life, what that moment lived is like years. You've like completely, fully lived your life. It feels like that. Doesn't feel like you've missed out on something or I have to go for vacation, then I didn't go sightseeing and I missed this and I want to go for I want to take a break and I'm tired now. And well, I don't know why. I was shocked too. Anyways, but I believe in the love that makes you, not feel tired. Like even if you feel tired and exhausted after a hard day's work, labor, you feel like, oh, you've been so productive, you've done something. You feel fulfilled. You feel good. Now it's rest time. Even God made rest for you. So, on the seventh day, God rested in the Bible, it says. So, this, right? Love is the greatest. I think so. I said that I would come here, do some crazy stuff like crazy contemplations, share with you my crazy contemplations, but not to prove but to maybe you do your own thing. Maybe you feel atheism is your way, or spirituality, humanity is your way, not love. And maybe we should not make love as a worship or the greatest worship or God or religion. It's up to you. This part is up to you, right? So, but I said I would start with this my crazy contemplations and all this. And it's not chill out like God, don't punish. Like Jesus Christ said in one of Surah Maida or what ayat, God, they are your servants, even though they've taken three gods, but they are your servants. Punish them or forgive them. Like he tried, you know. Although there's another other ayat which says Jesus Christ is blasphemers we cannot accept. Sorry, I'm getting these calls. I have to go now. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you for the help. God bless you all much. Always. Your family members, everyone.